We'll get into questions after we hear from Mrs. Strickland, whose family has also experienced a rather traumatic and horrifying event that used the internet through a cyber predator and through a chat room. So, Mrs. Strickland, appreciate your being here today, and I especially appreciate Diane coming. It's showing a lot of courage, and it is an example that will be very constructive, I think, to many kids who are out there today using chat rooms.
Thank you for allowing us to be here. I want to tell you how a stranger, a predator, came into our home uninvited and lured our daughter away from home. This is very hard. I'm sorry.
Well, take as much time as you wish, Mrs. Strickland.
On February the 16th, 1999, our daughter didn't come home from school. At first, we just thought that she had lost track of time. And we were later to learn that she and her friend were taken from us by someone that Diana had met over the internet. He drove from Delaware County, Pennsylvania to our home and took her, and she luckily took a friend with her. She was gone for 4 days, and we were later to learn that he was 48 years old. She was 15, and her friend was also 15. He was a predator. He knew the right things to say to make her want to go with him or to be able to lure her away from home. We contacted our local police, and we also contacted the FBI and the National Center for Missing and Exploited Children. The National Center was extremely helpful to us, very supportive. They told me to get phone records, and we did. America Online was also, at the time, our long-distance carrier and also our internet provider. They right away provided us with our records that we needed when we told them what was going on. There was some strange numbers on our phone bill, incoming calls, and I called those numbers and told them that my daughter was missing, and I needed information as to when they had talked to her last and what was said. On Wednesday, she left on Tuesday. Wednesday afternoon, I actually spoke with the predator on the telephone. I did not know who he was at the time. He told me, he gave me a fictitious name, and he said that he had not talked to Diana in weeks. And I told him right away that I knew he had talked with her on the Monday before she went missing, and he remembered that he did speak with her. He said that that she told him she and her friend wanted to go to the Mardi Gras in New Orleans. That made sense to Diana's friend's parents because they had gone to the Mardi Gras, and her friend was not able to go because of school. That focused our attention away from where could she be and who could she be with, to that they were maybe runaways or something like that, and had gone down to the Mardi Gras. That night, the predator took Diana and her friend to New York from a suburb of Philadelphia so that her friend could call home and give a story that they were having the times of their life, I think is exactly what he told Diana's friend to say. Diana was not allowed to come to call home because he told her I was too upset and I may want to make her want to come home. On Friday, Diana's friend got concerned and went to call her mother, left the apartment and went to call her mother. And her mother was really upset, as you could imagine. And Emily started screaming on the phone. Emily was also upset. And someone walking by called 911. And we all had caller ID on our phone. That was another thing that the National Center had suggested, that we all, everybody, where they would call, would get caller ID. So we did. And my husband was at their house at the time. He was able to trace the call and also called the police. We were very lucky that Emily got away, Dinah's friend, and made that phone call. A lot of kids don't get away. Our computer was located in our kitchen. That's where they say don't allow your children access without supervision. I thought she was supervised. If I'm in the kitchen cooking 15 feet from her and she's in the kitchen, it's all open. We also set parental controls. We had her set as a teen. She was able to go into chat rooms. This predator said later that he saw something interesting in her profile. That's what attracted him to her. We also learned later that he was a collector and a distributor of child pornography. From what I understand from our prosecutor, it was really bad stuff. Not that no child pornography is not bad, but this was it was just overwhelming. We only saw 2 pictures that he had, and she said those were not the bad ones. The internet is a pedophile's playhouse, and we need to do something about it. We were lucky, very lucky, because he did not intend for her to come home. Sending her home was not his intention. He had ample opportunity. He lied to me. He concealed her whereabouts. And thank God he's now in prison in Philadelphia or Pennsylvania, in that area, for quite a while, and he won't have access to anybody else's child. But there are others out there taking his place. And we need to do something about it. We need to do something about it as parents, as internet providers, as FBI, prosecutors, legislation. We all need to do something about it. These cases, from what I understand, are hard to prosecute. We need new laws so that they're not hard to prosecute. We need to train detectives. Of course, the FBI is trained, but our local detectives didn't know what to do. America Online was very helpful for us. They did give us those records. They didn't have to. The first person I talked to said they were not available to me. And finally, we did get through to somebody that had some sympathy and gave us that information. But we all need to take some responsibility, and we need to do something about this. Technology is ahead of our laws, and it's time that something be done about it. Thank you.